So the dungeon broke in the airport and these goblins are chasing down the humans. And really, man, I hate goblins. Like, look at the smiles on their face. But no need to fear, Suho is here and he just blitzes through them all. He's trying to figure out why the Hunter Association would even let this happen, like a dungeon breaking in a public spot. He's just focused on getting civilians to safety. Then we see the Apostle recognizes him as the Hunter with the black mask, and he knows that he hasn't eaten the Stardust, so he can't use his mind control on him. He also knows he's about as strong as Lee Min's son. But then Suho does his thing, arise, and resurrects the goblins he just killed to help him out. The Apostle is shook the second he sees this because he knows this is the same power as the darkness. And remember, every time he says the darkness, he's just talking about Jinwoo. He can't believe there's another human that can tap into that power. If he's related to the darkness, it would make sense why he's disrupting the whole Stardust operation. So the first thing he thinks to do is to hide his presence. He doesn't want him to know that the Edoram's forces are already here, but as he's saying that, a truck is flying towards him and crashes right into him, just exploding on impact. Or that's just what it looked like as Suho jumps in the way to save him and says, "Kid, are you alright?" And it turns out it's this big giant bull monster that threw the truck. And upon closer inspection, he can see this mark in the creature's eyes, but he doesn't know that it's being controlled. And that's when Beru says he can sense the energy of the Edoram coming from the monster. So this dungeon break has to be related to them somehow. Now, the Apostle is still just calmly standing behind him. The monster winds up this big ass right. So he says, "Bet, I'm throwing haymakers too." And they both just clash fists with each other. He's like, "Wait, he just saved me, right? It looks like he sees me as a young child." Even so, he's utterly weak when compared to the darkness. Again, Jinwoo. As he's watching him fight, he still can't determine what his potential is. And I was lucky to meet him here. I'll get rid of him now. As he's thinking that, somebody walks up saying, "I'm late." Let's end things quickly as he ignites flames in his hands, starts to raise his arm, and positioning fireballs above all the monsters. Like, even the Apostle shook, cause what's going on? Suho jumps back to get some space. That's when we finally get the silhouette of who it is. Hey, I like that Choi Jong-in come back, and he clenches his fist, just make it rain flames on all of them. But Suho's just watching the fireballs attack them like, damn, he really just killed all of them at once. It's not just me who recognizes him, but Suho does too as the S-rank hunter Choi Jong-in. But it turns out the boss actually ate all those flames. So Choi Jong-in says, "Bet." Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? Fuga. Flame arrow. Oh, ain't no way you just dug in Sukuna's bag like this. This one acts a little more like an arrow because when he shoots it, not only does it hit bro, but it doesn't just explode on impact, it carries him out the building. Just shot a hole through the wall, so well, that was easy. And all the civilians just start glazing and applauding him. But wait a minute, I'm pretty sure I saw a young kid. Where did that hunter go that was holding off till I got here? Why did he just disappear? But Suho still gotta keep his identity a secret. He's already confirmed that the Edoram are secretly making moves. They're just out attacking people in broad daylight. But then it shows the sunset as it fades into the night. The Apostle is just staring out of his 20-story window. And he's just standing here in silence when a portal starts opening up behind him. He says, "Finally, you're here." The third fragment of the Edoram. He says, "Long time no see, number 2. Now he wants to debrief him on everything before they merge together, and he just gives him control of the body, giving a basic explanation about hunters and the levels to them, that there is also one variable in this world that we must get rid of. It looks like he's talking about Suho. The third fragment tells him to stop. "I'll look through the memories after I obtain the body for the rest of the details. You've completed your duties and you'll be absorbed by me as planned." And after hearing that, he just stands there for a second. The third fragment asks him if there's a problem, but he's like, "Nah, it's nothing. I'll just leave everything to you." In his head, he's wondering, am I feeling sad that I'll be disappearing from this world as a new personality will be taken over? Hey, that can't be helped. After all, fulfilling the will of God is my top priority. All of this and everything I do is for the sake of the Creator. He pulls the third fragment in to start the fusion. The entire area just gets illuminated. Now he's just exuding this aura that cuts back to show he's now like a grown man. He says the variable that the second fragment was talking about wasn't expecting there to be somebody else that could use the power of the darkness. But the decision to get rid of him is wrong. It would just be a waste. Because if we can turn him into a follower, we could control the dead. And it cuts over to Suho like going through it, but he's just stressed out because he had to sit through a whole lecture from Jinho, who's really just being concerned about him. But my parents are also worried about me too, right? So he's just itching to go into the shadow dungeon and get stronger. Biru just wants him to rest, but he's like, nah, I didn't even get to do my daily quest. I can't miss out on my rewards. So they do go into his shadow realm. He's shocked once he gets there as the daily quest is gone. It says all of the goblins have been defeated. He's asking them like, yo, what the hell happened? It was Ammut just going crazy overnight because he ain't have shit else to do. But hey, all I did was clean up the loathful servants of Tarnok. As per my promise, I killed no humans. He's just like, damn bro, y'all killed all my experience. Now my growth is about to slow down. But Ammut says, hey, if you want to get stronger, I can train you. Like I didn't start out being strong and I know just how to train you. And he gets a new quest, preparation to become strong. Hey, look, I have no choice but to accept this. So he's putting his trust in Ammut. His new regimen is 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run. He's confused, like, is this really it? But nah, you'll be carrying me while you do all of that shit. He's like, what? During all them push-ups, sit-ups, and the runs, I'm about to carry you? He says, well, I guess my current size is a bit much. Since my body has been destroyed and regenerated so many times, I can adjust it. And they're all just shook watching him do this. He shrunk down to just a little bit bigger than Suho. Now, young monarch, let's begin. And he says, all right, bet. But we see he still can't do the bonding skill with Ammut because their strength difference is just too great. Then the second he sits on his back, the shit makes a crater. Like, what? That shit wasn't happening when you were standing. He says, yeah, I forgot to tell you, just because I can adjust my size doesn't mean I change the weight. He's like, bro, you want me to do 100 push-ups like this? I already feel like my arm's about to break. Come on, young monarch, you need to hang in there. Breaking down and regenerating yourself is the only way I know how to become stronger. Then it cuts over to some field type dungeon. We see the whole Mistborn Stardust operation under the supervision of Lee Min-sung. He's asking, yo, like, how long do I have to do this shit? But he tells him as a human, he should just be honored to be a part of this. The Chosen One has saved us from our filthy lives, hasn't he? And he's Demon Mermu, the Stardust factory overseer. Min-sung's like, a filthy life? And he just slashes off a couple of his tentacles. And a mere monster like you dares to judge my life? Do you have a death wish? Oh, now he ain't got shit to say. And Lee asks where's the kid at, but he says the apostle is busy. Lee wants him on standby to keep his promise and take out Lim Tai-gyu for him. Mermu's like, bro, the apostle gave you one of these too. Why don't you use it? The Chosen One is the savior that appeared before me after the Shadow Monarch destroyed the demon realm, and I was driven out of the dimensional crack. Thanks to him modifying the berserk poison, Stardust was able to spread throughout the demon realm, and this is how we could destroy the traitors, the Later household. If you follow him, you will obtain strength beyond what you have right now. You'll even be able to defeat Lim Tai-gyu yourself. He throws his cigarette like, bruh, you don't know shit about S ranks. So stop giving me that cult talk. I'm not using that shit. He's like, human, you're so foolish, and that's why you will always remain a loser. He's just leaving the facility, and I just gotta endure all this until that kid gets my revenge for me. And after that, I'm reporting all this shit to the Hunter Association. I'm turning everything back to how it was supposed to be, back to my past brilliant self. But as he gets in his car, it shows somebody watching him, and it's some fine-ass secret agent working for the chairman. And ooh, her name is Miho, and he tells her to keep following him. After he hangs up, we see he's sitting there with Choi Jong-in, who's saying it looks like we're about to find out what Lee Min-sung's been up to. All the association staff that was nearby the dungeon break lost their memories, and they all took the Stardust. We've already found a bunch of strange shit happening in various places, and what they all have in common is they've consumed Stardust. Mr. Chairman Wu Jin is about to ban the usage of it, but he asks what about Lee Min-sung. He says we need to get him as well as whoever is behind him. For some reason, they went aura for aura, ban for ban. He says my hunters got you too. Oh, and after he learned that Suho returned safely, he starts thinking that if he can grow in strength like his father, the hunter system is probably going to impede him just like it did his dad. He's gonna make sure to do whatever he can for him. And it cuts over to him on push-up 99, and he's yelling and going for 100 as his arms are just tearing apart. And he just collapses down onto the ground. But damn, yo, look, that shit is crazy. And Ammut's like, damn, are you done already? We only finished the push-ups. They're all screaming like, bro, you broke his arms. Biru disgusted more than everybody. Stupid crocodile bastard, what have you done to the fragile young monarch? Suho pops open the status window, goes to hit up the store. They all just sit by and watch. He pops a couple of perks, you know, a couple of potions. He says, this is great. I wanted to become stronger before I fought Lee anyway. I just got 3 tasks left, right? Come on, let's continue with this quest to become stronger. This is aura farming, I don't care.